Clark Kent Spider-Man. Clark Kent Spider-Man. What the hell am I talking about? Okay, seven.
Chaos Emeralds are the 7 emeralds that are scattered all across the world in most Sonic the Hedgehog games. This is from fandom.com.
I'm Johnny Phantom. I talk all things fandom, such as Disney, Star Wars, Harry Potter, Dragon Ball, One Piece, you name it, let's talk about it. Today we'll be talking about 2 great franchises that I grew up with. I remember playing Sega Genesis Visual Sonic Hedgehog back in the day, watching the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon. It was great. I also really enjoyed watching Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball Z back in the day. But as I got older and started to look at things a little more and started to study and do this YouTube channel where I break down theories and discussions on my favorite things, you start to realize, did Sonic just copy Dragon Ball? Are they not just one franchise and the same with a different art style? Yes, they're both created in Japan, but is Sonic not just Goku? Let's get into it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's go. Sonic the Hedgehog made his first debut appearance in the game known as Sonic the Hedgehog in 1991. However, he actually made his first appearance in a racing game called Redbull. He just kind of popped down the screen a little bit in 1990. But his first real game was 1991, along with the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon coming out in 1993. Now, I love the subject of it. It was funny, it was great. Sonic always running around eating his chili dogs with tails. And I never watched a show like all the time like that. Knuckles ever show up in the TV show. I don't think Knuckles ever showed up in the cartoon. Either way, there's also comic books that I read of Sonic the Hedgehog and Knuckles and the whole thing. I know a lot of times in the games you had to collect the emerald. Even in the comic book, you had Knuckles, who was a protector of the emeralds. And at the same time, I was watching Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball, when Goku was a kid, when he first lands on Earth, and he discovers about the Dragon Balls, and you collect all the Dragon Balls to make a wish, and you just have to realize that everything is exactly the same. Think about this. How many Dragon Balls are there? There are 7 Dragon Balls. How many Chaos Emeralds are there? There are 7 Chaos Emeralds. Okay, 7.
Chaos Emeralds are the 7 emeralds that are scattered all across the world in most Sonic the Hedgehog games. This is from fandom.com.
When you collect all 7 Dragon Balls, you can make the wish. One wish come true. When you collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds, you basically become this deity in a way. It's just, it gives you more power. Essentially, you can do the same thing with the Dragon Balls. You could wish to become this ultimate form. Speaking of ultimate form, okay, so we have Sonic and Goku, which are essentially the same character. Both alien-esque creatures who protect their world that they live in. They both can be a little cocky and silly and straight up goofballs in their own right. But they can be serious when the time needs. And they both have forms that they can turn into with super in it. Might be a little bit of a stretch, but if you put it side by side, look at it. You got Goku and Sonic. Both spiky hair, both same attitude, both characteristics. And then we have Super Saiyan Goku, Supersonic, both turn yellow. And then of course we have Vegeta and Shadow. Shadow is obviously Vegeta. Again, well, they're the same species as the main character. So Vegeta is the same species as Goku. Shadow is the same species as Sonic. Shadow and Vegeta are both the anti-hero of the story. They were kind of a villain in the beginning and then, became the anti-hero throughout the story. Vegeta invades Earth, Goku fights him, and he's like, hey, guess what? Continue, and you can be a good guy. Vegeta didn't take it very well, but eventually Vegeta becomes the good guy. Anti-hero. Kind of like the Batman of Dragon Ball. Shadow, same thing. Sonic fights him, Vegeta becomes his ally, becomes an anti-hero, yada yada yada. And Shadow and Vegeta both have their transformations just like the main character. Shadow can go into an ultimate form, just like Vegeta can go into his, Super Saiyan form, and so on and so forth, along with the characters. Then we have Knuckles. Knuckles is just Piccolo. Am I wrong? So, obviously, Knuckles is originally a bad guy. Even in the comic books, even in the games, he was originally a bad guy. And then you take him onto your side, and then you can actually play alongside of him in Sonic the Hedgehog games. He starts joining you in the comic books and becomes an ally. Piccolo was a bad guy, and now he's on our side. And they both guardians. Piccolo guarded the Dragon Balls. Knuckles guarded the Chaos Emeralds. Huh. Well, I'll be damned. Again, it's just the same story over and over again. And then we have Silver, who clearly is Trunks. And if you go onto like the description of Silver, it literally says basically Trunks from DBZ. Like the character's description and characteristics that is portrayed literally embodies Trunks. Again, they're the same species as the main characters of the story. They're the same species as Vegeta and Goku, and the same species as Shadow and Sonic. I mean, Knuckles is technically the same species as well, just he's an echidna instead of a hedgehog, but he's still an alien from another dimension, planet, whatever. I'm getting off topic here. The hell. And also they're both time travelers. Silver traveled through time, Trunks traveled through time. And they also have like similar hairstyles, I guess you could say. And also, wouldn't you know, they can both turn into other forms. A super form. And then we have Amy, who Amy will probably be the Chi-Chi, I guess. They're both obsessed with the main character. Amy's in love with Sonic. Chi-Chi is hella in love with Goku. I mean, so much in love that they have kids, and Goku doesn't know what the kissing is. If you want to see that video, yeah, there's a whole joke that Goku doesn't even know what kissing is. How the hell does he have kids? It's a long thing. Just go check that video. A little small similarities between the two of them is Chi-Chi has her axe helmet, Amy has her axe. They both can fight. and it would definitely both several leagues below their main antagonists. Tails is definitely the Krillin of the group. Tails is the weak sidekick of Sonic. Orange fur. Although Goku is orange too, so it makes sense fully. But I was going to say they kind of got the same color scheme going here because I was trying to get the color scheme for the other characters. But yeah, Krillin always has that orange jacket on. So does Goku. Either way, Tails and Krillin, they're both the weak sidekick of the group. Krillin just dies all the time, so they waste the Dragon Ball wishes on reviving Krillin. Sonic tried to do the same thing. The Chaos Emeralds granted wishes instead of the super form. And then you have minor characters. You know, Yadrobe is big and Gabe is Android 16, but it just goes on and on from there. Before we continue this video, let's take a quick sip of Raze energy drink. Raze energy drink, best damn energy drink you ever have. 2 types of caffeine, one that hits you right off the bat, and one that just takes it slow, easy, keeps you alive, awake, and alert for the rest of the day. Go to repsports.com, that's REPPsports.com. Use coupon code Johnny Who you save yourself 50% off. You can get energy drinks, you can get protein powders, you can get pancake mix if you want. A ton of dietary supplements, the best dietary supplements on the market. Make sure you use coupon code Johnny Huey and save yourself 50% off on your order. Remember, that's REPPsports.com. Let's get back to the video. My 2 favorite things growing up: playing video games and like Sonic the Hedgehog and stuff like that, and watching Dragon Ball cartoons and Sonic. Like, besides Pokemon, like, these 2 franchises were the biggest franchises of my childhood. So the fact that, you know, come to realize they're just the same. Who ripped off who? Well, obviously, Sonic came after, because Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball, was released in Japan in 1986. Came over to America sometime after that, and aired on TV in 1989. I was born in 1980, so I literally grew up watching that. And then we had Sega Genesis when I was a young kid, so I used to play Sonic the Hedgehog when I was like 5 years old. You know, it just came natural. So I grew up watching both these franchises. These 2 franchises are literally as old as I am. So Sonic just ripped it off. Now, did they do it on purpose? Did they know that, hey, Dragon Ball was so popular in Japan, I'm gonna create a character that has to, you know, fight an alien brethren to get these Chaos Emeralds to ultimate power? Where's Dr. Robotnik come into play? Just evil. Man, I could go back and watch Sonic again, because you go after the Chaos Emerald, but what the hell is Robotnik got to do with it? Okay, so basically, Dr. Robotnik wants to get the Chaos Emeralds. You try to stop him from getting it, and you try to get them on your own to prevent him from getting it. Either way, I mean, if you think about it, the creator of Sonic could have been this big Super Saiyan fan of Dragon Ball. And he was like, you know what? It's a great show. I enjoy it. I want to do something similar. And he didn't want to do entirely rip off. So he created animals, you know, a hedgehog, a echidna, a 3-tailed fox, whatever the hell Amy is. And put them in this world instead of these aliens, whereas so it's not necessarily a ripoff. It's more of a homage. Sonic is a homage to Dragon Ball. To one great franchise is a homage to another franchise, and there's homages all over the place, all over the place. If you're gonna say one anime ripped off something else, why don't you tell me this? Dragon Ball is a ripoff of Superman, and that's right, I said it. Clark Kent Spider-Man. Clark Kent Spider-Man. What the hell am I talking about? Clark Kent Superman, real name Kal-El, is an alien race from the planet Krypton, who came to his planet Earth in a space shuttle ship pod thing, and was raised by humans on planet Earth. And then he fights to protect the world. He has many superpowers: laser beams, freeze ray, a ton of different superpowers. Goku is a alien race, real name Kakarot, from the planet Vegeta. Comes to Earth in a space-time pod capsule thing, crashes in Earth, and is raised by Earth people. And then he fights to save the Earth. Saves the Earth from alien invasion and all that other stuff. And again, he has other powers. He has the Kamehameha. He has the Kaioken. He has the ability to turn into an ape if his tail wasn't cut off. He has all these superpowers. Goku is a ripoff for Superman. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Make sure you like button, hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out a lot. And comment down below your thoughts on Sonic versus TBC, or even Goku versus Superman. Like, let me know your thoughts on franchises and paying homage, or is it ripoff? And make sure you hit that join button. Why do you ask? That join button not only helps me out, but also gives you content. You're going to get access to content before it's released to everybody else, along with additional content that no one else is going to be able to see. You can also check out my Patreon page for the same opportunities. And you can also get some free merch if you join Patreon or YouTube. So hit the join button. Thank you guys so much. See you next time. But before you go, make sure you check out that video right there and that video right there. And yeah.